So let's talk about this brand new update, Grim Tidings, coming to Blade Soul. This is going to be the last update of 2020, so I want to talk about some of the things that are coming with it, and then also kind of just my thoughts on how good of a patch this is going to be, considering this is a pretty important patch. So first thing we're going to be getting, which is Ebon Realm. This is another AFK realm. I don't really know why they keep adding these AFK zones. They're auto hunting areas, basically what they call them, where you can gain XP and you can gain items, pet gems, I believe is kind of the big thing people are doing it for. But the problem is, I just feel like a lot of these are just very boring. I mean, I guess you can leave your PC on and AFK, grind, get some XP, get some items, which is cool. But the way Blade Soul runs, honestly, I don't really think it's even a great idea. It might blow up your freaking PC. I wish they kind of did away, which Black Desert does, where you can minimize the game to tray. So, for example, in Black Desert, if you're like AFK fishing or something, you can just minimize to tray, and then it uses less resources. It's not running so heavily on your computer. So I wish they kind of did that if they're going to keep adding AFK zones. But personally, I'm not even really a big fan of these, mainly because it kind of feels like a mobile game, really, which, as we know from NCSoft, mobile games is where they make most of their money. So maybe that's why they're pushing so much new content, which is basically AFK content, where that's how mobile games really play. Most of them just have AFK features in them. So I don't know if that's really their focus now, and that's why they're adding so many of these auto zones. But to me, they're just really boring. At least the PvP is disabled. I think that's a good thing, because in the past when they had AFK zones with PvP, it was just a stupid combination, because you would have people AFKing and grinding, items and mobs while they're like out getting dinner or something. They would come back and see that their character got killed because some a-hole decided to turn on their PvP and kill a bunch of AFK characters who can't even fight back. So it was a really bad combination. I don't know why they tried that in the beginning, but luckily the PvP is disabled, so you can AFK safely and not worry about being killed. Really, the key things we're getting from this update is Blade Dancer 3rd Specialization, which I've already covered. I have a video of gameplay footage of it. I'll leave a link below if you guys want to watch it, from a couple months ago over in Korea. We also have the House of Idols new dungeon coming out, which drops a ring and I believe gloves, ring and gloves. Personally, this is great for me because I never really farmed the 100 runs of Hangar Zero, because I hate that dungeon. The FPS is always terrible for the last boss for me. I just completely hate it. So I only got like 50, 60 runs of that, so I never got the 100 run achievement to buy the gloves. So I just been chilling, and now I can just farm this new dungeon and get the better gloves. So it pays off just to wait, basically, in Blade and Soul, because they're always replacing equipment. If you just wait 5 or 6 months, they're probably going to release a better equipment item, and then you can just farm that. Kind of sad how quickly they replace equipment, but I mean, hey, it just pays to wait, I guess. Of course, we'll get, another whale trove if you want to spend money on the game. Have them in spring, summer, fall, and winter 4 times a year. Personally, for me, I do not spend any money in Blade Soul anymore. I haven't in a very long time, so I will not be participating. I'll just open my daily thing and probably get nothing good, but I just don't feel like it's really worth it anymore. I feel like the trove rates are totally ridiculous. I never really see anyone getting that good of stuff. You have to spend literally hundreds of dollars, and at that point I just don't really think it's worth it at all, especially with the direction of the game and how low the player base is. I can go on forever, but I really don't recommend spending money on the trove at all, unless you want to blow money. But that's really kind of the key things. This update is pretty decent. Mainly the only draw for me, of course, is 3rd Spec Blade Dancer. New dungeon will be cool to run, but not really anything game breaking or anything really game changing to really fix the game. Kind of the core issues have always been there for a long time, and we continue to talk about them. The bad performance, the bad management. Really, I don't see anything getting fixed anytime soon. It's just kind of one of those things. If you play Blade and Soul, you're going to probably have to deal with these things. So if you love the game enough, you'll have to deal with the bad FPS, and you'll have to deal with the bad management. But if you don't want to deal with those things, you don't want to deal with the pay to win and all that, then I just don't recommend playing Blade and Soul, because I don't really see any improvements to those type of things. It's just kind of new content, which is cool, but not anything really fits in the core issues, which is kind of sad. But we'll see how Blade Soul does in 2021. It's pretty scary to see with all these new MMOs coming out next year. I already done a video kind of talking about that. I think Blade Soul is going to be in some trouble. It already kind of is, because the player base is pretty terrible. And really, I've tried to do F8 dungeons, and it's kind of hard to find a lobby for really any dungeon. Like every once in a while, if they're in the daily challenge, maybe, but it's really crazy how low the player base is. It's hard to find any dungeon running. Really, you have to have like a static group of members from your guild to really run any content, because F8 is pretty damn dead. So Blade Soul, pretty scary. Overall, this patch was pretty decent. I mean, some okay stuff, but still not, as I said, anything to fix the game. So if you're looking for like any big major fixes, like they're fixing Blade and Soul, really not worth coming back to this patch. But if you're excited for a new dungeon and all that, then hey, new stuff, new content. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you guys are excited about. Are you guys going to return to play this patch? Did you guys quit? Are you guys still playing? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching the video though. Leave a like, sub to the channel. More content coming soon, and I'm out.